Our planet is suffering. It is as simple as that. For far too long, the human race has continued to exploit the Earth. Whether it be for financial gain or just simply ignoring environmental regulations, people seem to have an obsession with helping themselves at the expense of the environment. After laying out the general mission of the Green Deal, I will address why the Green Deal is essential for the planet and our species' survival, how the passing of the Green Deal will create many jobs and financial security, and how ignoring the effects of climate change could spell disaster for everyone. First introduced to Congress in 2006, the Green New Deal aims at neutralizing the effects of widespread climate change caused by humans by creating many high-paying jobs, introducing universal health care, tuitionless college, and enacting a carbon tax to achieve 100% clean and renewable energy to replace environmentally dangerous fossil fuels such as oil and coal. Now that you understand what the Green New Deal entails, we'll take a look at some of the arguments against the legislation and why they are largely baseless and rooted in simple economics. The first area we're going to look at is who is going to pay for the Green New Deal. Many people, particularly Republicans in the U.S. Congress, are concerned as to how we're going to pay for this massive multi-trillion-dollar deal. Many Republicans say that increasing the tax on American people would be detrimental. However, the general American public would be largely unaffected by this increase in taxes that is aimed at large polluting companies and the ultra-wealthy. Current plans state the need for a carbon tax. Large corporations are amongst the largest environmental destroyers, and many rely solely on fossil fuels. Introducing a carbon tax is necessary, so the environmental impacts are correctly reflected in the pricing of these environmentally dangerous fuels. In addition, the deal entails a tax on the ultra-wealthy, or people with millions upon millions of dollars, who will not see their way of life change in any significant way due to increased taxes in the range as high as 70%. In a 2018 report in October, according to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the costs of ignoring the effects of climate change would far exceed the money needed to enact a Green New Deal. In their research, the panel concluded that the U.S., by the year 2100, could lose upwards of $500 billion annually due to the effects of climate change and trillions of dollars of damages in public infrastructure and coastal real estate. It could occur with the rising of sea levels. Despite many Republican and opposition claims that the cost would be too high, the cost of ignoring the issue would be astronomically higher than simply fixing things now. The second point I'd like to bring up is the addition of many high-paying jobs. The need for good-paying jobs has never been so high, with many families living paycheck to paycheck and a way to make ends meet. Some say the creation of a Green New Deal would harm the workers in the gas and coal industry. However, I'll show how many jobs would be created and how the transferring of skills from fossil fuel jobs to cleaner energy would be a smooth transition for most, if not all, workers. Many candidates have claimed how many jobs could be created with the introduction of a Green New Deal, but the number is not definitive. Democratic candidate Elizabeth Warren claimed her plans could create over 1.2 million jobs simply just in green manufacturing, while candidates like Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders claim they could easily create 10 to 20 million good, high-paying union jobs with a Green New Deal. According to some opposition and Republican leaders like Donald Trump, the creation of Green New Deal would be, quote, totally disastrous, job killing. In addition, some people may say it's impossible to save the planet while also maintaining economic prosperity. Studies by many environmental groups show that the introduction of a carbon tax could make an additional 35 million or more jobs available over the next 3 decades. The many may state the ability to save the planet and remain economically stable is an impossible thing to do. It's quite clear that the increase in jobs would do more good than harm. Now that we've looked over what could occur if we pass a Green New Deal, let's take a closer look at the devastating effects that could occur if we don't pass any legislation regarding the issue at hand. If we choose to do nothing, simply put, the planet will be absolutely devastated. Though some may say the marginal increase in global temperature wouldn't affect much, a domino effect is inevitable to the point of creating uninhabitable zones on the Earth where mass migration of those less fortunate to be in there would occur. If we simply ignore the warnings that are ahead of us, the future will not be a fun place to live. According to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the effects of global warming above 2 degrees Celsius beyond pre-industrialized levels would cause untold havoc upon the people and the nature of this planet. The panel concluded that due to the effects of a warming climate, mass migration from regions most affected by climate change is inevitable. In addition, the frequency and severity of natural disasters such as wildfires, tornadoes, and hurricanes would significantly increase. The panel also concluded that nearly 350 million people around the globe could be exposed to deadly heat stress on a daily basis. While the cost and magnitude of what needs to be done is very high, the need for change gets bigger every day as well. While the effects of climate change aren't upon us just yet, they will inevitably come with more strength and power than we could have predicted. The need for a Green New Deal is growing by the day, and opposition claims regarding monetary value degrade by the day as the looming effects of what lays before us creeps closer. So the question is, will you be on the side to help the Earth stay safe for the future, or are you willing to continue ruining the planet for the sake of temporary monetary gain and rolling the dice for our future?